In the sun-scorched badlands of the American Southwest, a place where time carves the earth down to its bones, geologist Dr. Elias Thorne and cryptographer Elena Vance found themselves at the edge of an impossible valley. This place didn't exist on any map. It was an anomaly, a secret, shielded by jagged mesas. Below them, the valley floor shimmered. What looked like a petrified forest was arranged not in nature's chaotic sprawl, but in perfect concentric circles, spiraling towards a dark opening. The massive stone logs, remnants of a prehistoric era, were laid out like a circuit board etched into the desert floor. As they descended, the oppressive heat gave way to a sudden, cool air. Elias touched a fallen log. It was smooth as polished glass. Elena knelt beside a fractured trunk, shining a UV light on its cross-section. The tree rings weren't random. They formed a rigid, binary pattern. Thick, thin, thin, thick. It wasn't a record of ancient weather. It was code. The spiral led them to a cavern, the crystal labyrinth. The walls were a lattice of fused, petrified roots, glowing with a faint hum. This wasn't a cave. It was a structure built with intent. Elias's geological dating placed the forest at 200 million years old. Who or what would build a library out of a forest? Elena's theory was chillingly plausible. Paper burns, stony roads, but crystals can store energy and information for you. Deeper inside, they entered a vast, cathedral-like chamber. The air was thick with ozone. A massive, translucent pillar stood in the center. A petrified trunk connecting floor to ceiling. Suspended within it, in a perfect double helix, were preserved insects and leaves. It wasn't just a record. It was an arc, a macroscopic representation of a DNA strand. Elena, suspecting the crystals were sonic, used a frequency modulator. A rhythmic thrumming filled the chamber. A heartbeat slowed to the pace of a mountain. As she adjusted the pitch, the sound bloomed into a chorus of harmonics. It wasn't speech. It was a direct transfer of data. Visions flooded Elias's mind. A world with fused continents under a violet sky. A civilization that grew cities from the soil and sank technology into existence. He witnessed their end, a cataclysm that forced them to encode their vast knowledge of gravity, genetics, and consciousness into the forest itself, turning their wisdom to stone, waiting for a species evolved enough to listen, and the memory of a song that could build worlds. The crystal labyrinth slept on, a stone-hard drive waiting for a time when humanity was ready not just to take, but to truly listen.